1, 2, Jane, where'd you go? Jane, one more time.
When Amy Mooney started photography by grace, she turned a lifelong dream into reality. For the past several years, she's been building up a steady base of clients. She specializes in infant and family portraits. It's been difficult for Mooney to find time to hold down a job. When she's not working on a shoot, she's taking full-time care of her 2 kids.
I do a lot of my editing sitting in doctor's offices or while the kids are at school or really, really late at night.
Anyone who's ever raised kids knows what a challenge it is under normal circumstances. Both of Mooney's kids have disabilities. Jen is a softball player who suffers from painful scoliosis. Younger son Jamie was born with autism and other developmental issues. Even at 13, he needs constant attention and care.
Just putting on Jamie's shoes in the morning takes about 5 minutes. And most 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds should be able to put their shoes on in a split second. And unfortunately, my son still needs help with his.
Christine Webb is a professor of exceptional, deaf, and interpreter education at UNF. She spent her career working closely with the developmentally delayed. She says it's a tough situation for her family.
It causes a great deal of stress among parents, siblings, the whole family unit, because sometimes people with autism have real difficulty functioning in a social situation, and it's difficult to go out in public places sometimes.
When Jamie's health proved too troublesome, Mooney had to give up the idea of a career. Her husband, John, was left to be the sole breadwinner. But when Mooney got a camera to photograph her brother's wedding, something clicked. That's when she turned her hobby into a career. But it hasn't been easy juggling her job and her family.
I believe that owning your own business in itself can be emotionally draining and exhausting. But when you complicate it by having a family that does have special needs, it makes you wonder whether or not starting a business was a good idea to begin with. And I have to remind myself that we're a family unit, and that's when my husband steps in and their dad takes over.
For the Mooneys, family is all.
And I think that I could not run my business if it wasn't for the support of my husband and my daughter, too.
Even with the challenges she faces with her family and work, Mooney hasn't lost any of her passion.
I'll tell you what makes it worth it. When I walk into a person's house and they have my picture on their wall.
And that makes all the hardship worthwhile. Andrew Huddleston, inside Jacksonville.